G'day guys, this round was round 24. We're about to get in the recap, and I just want to say, the week before the final of something is normally called the penultimate, and this really was the penultimate round. This was one of my favourite games of football in recent years. This round just blew us away with some fantastic game. Let's get into Thursday night. So Thursday night saw an absolutely fantastic game. I expected it to be a bit of a bludger, but the Dogs have been going well, and I really enjoyed this. I tipped the Cowboys, and I got up with this one, 15 points to 8, a field goal from Jordan Kahu, as well as a penalty goal. Scott Bolton kicked a conversion in the 79th minute, which was just a nice little add-on. Matt Scott, the emotion was up for him. They retired the number 8 jersey at this match. Kyle Felt was on. The Shane Wright try was a little bit controversial. I do think it was a try. But the other one, the Dallin try, everyone's divided by that. But it looked like he fumbled the ball, in my opinion. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Jade Knockenball was really strong for the Dogs in the side. People are saying the Dogs got robbed, but they actually lost by 7 points. So it's not like they lost by 4 points from that try. But no, the Bulldogs, full credit to them. They turned up here, but the Cowboys, the last game we get to see at 1300 Smiles Stadium, the emotion was there, and I love this match. Next game saw the Warriors, who have been very disappointing, take on the Rabbitohs. Now, the Warriors, Adam Pompey got his first try in the NRL. I think it was on debut as well, which is fantastic. Ken Mamalo scored a fantastic... I don't know if I'd call it one of my tries of the year, but I think it was an absolutely fantastic try. If you haven't seen Ken Mamalo's try in this match, go and check that out. Cameron Murray from the Rabbitohs, he was in pure form. He scored in the 15th minute and the 57th minute. The Rabbits were on here. It was 14-10 at half-time, so there was a chance for the Warriors coming back, but no points scored in the second half. And Adam Reynolds, in the 80th minute on full time, kicks a field goal. I think it was 40 metres out, and he gets it. Rabbits too good here, 31-10. Next game saw the Broncos up against my Parramatta Eels. Now, we went down to the Broncos 17-16. If you've watched my live stream, you already know this. I love this match. I enjoyed it. I don't have much negativity to it. But at the same time, did Parramatta get well and truly robbed? It was not a forward pass. Yes, I do think just a little bit that the Broncos, even though they got a lot of penalties, they may have just been the better side, which grants them the win. But one, pretty sure there was an obstruction call that should have been called there towards the end. And two, it was not a forward pass from Gutherson to Blake Ferguson. But anyway, Blake Ferguson scored one of the tries of the year. Again, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It was absolutely fantastic. There were 33,000 people enjoying this match up at Suncorp. Genuinely wish I went. I enjoyed doing the live stream. David Fafita, probably the best man on the field. If you don't have him on your super coach like me, then you're crazy. He was outstanding. Jermaine Asako was on in the match. There was a sin binning I didn't really agree with of Andrew McCulloch. I thought it was a bit soft. But Kane Evans winning, well, not winning us the match, but sending the match into Golden Point with a try just over the line. Fantastic. Mitchell Moses missed 2 goals, which would have made this our game for sure, especially with that forward pass. But anyway, I thought it was a fantastic game of football. I do think it was my game of the round. It was just such free-flowing fun. Both teams turned up. There wasn't too many errors from my opinion. I loved it. The next game was Old Boys Day up in Newcastle. 8,000 attendance. That's a pretty poor attendance for a Newcastle crowd, in my opinion. I'm not going to say much. I expected the Titans to win this game, and I tipped them. I think I tipped the Titans by 4 points, or maybe even 2. I think 4. And all they scored was 4 points. How weird's this? They scored in the 3rd minute on the form of Riley Jack. He has been really good this year. I think he's been one of their best players. Mason Lino, 5 out of 7 conversions. The Knights scored 7 tries. They did win, they looked good, but I'm just not convinced. Bradman Best, congratulations on your first try in the NRL. He's a coastie, so good on him. Mitchell Pearce, Mitch Barnett, Hymel Hunt, Connor Watson, Lachlan Fitzgibbon and Sione Matadia. All of them scored a try. Half-time, the Knights led 24-4. Old Boys Day, the Knights fans would be happy, but As I said, I didn't think they were too convincing, but I think they'll take a bit of confidence from that match and the big win like that into Penrith. Next match saw Manly take on the Storm. Now, if the Storm won this, they got the minor premiership, and they did, and they delivered. I have to say, even though this was a bit of a blowout game, I really enjoyed it. I thought both sides really turned up. Manly did make a lot of errors, but Justin Olam gets his first NRL hat-trick. Congratulations to him. Nelson Asafa-Solomona, the week I trade him out of Supercoach, he crosses over, and I think he scored something like 88 points from memory. Cameron Smith was absolutely on. I do think he's a big chance for the Dally M. I'd be getting on board that at the moment. Taniela Paseka scored, I believe, his first try in the NRL as well. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Ruben Garrick, 1 out of 1. A sim binning to Will Chambers and a penalty goal to Cameron Smith. The Storm at halftime led 18-6 and they finished it 36-6 with a win by 30 points, securing the minor premiership. Manly are now without Tom Trbojevic. We have to wait and see. I have heard he'll be back in 3 weeks, but I don't think it's a smart choice to do that. But I thought this game was good and both sides were clinical. The Storm will take on the Cowboys and Manly will head to Bankwest. I'm looking forward to that. Next game, I'm a bit pissed off because I had a good multi on this game and I nearly got it. I had Viliami Kikau scored in the 3rd minute, and I had Roosters to score the first try, and it was paying about $400. Anyway, got a bit shirty. Roosters too good here, 22 points to 6. As I said, Latrell Mitchell had a feeling he'd be good in this game, and boy was he good. He kicked 2 out of 4 conversions. He scored his own try in the 49th minute. At half-time, it was 12-6, so the Panthers made it close, but the Roosters ran away with it in the end in the form of Daniel Tupou in the 75th minute. Haven't watched the full game, watched the highlights. Thought it was an okay game of football, but a bit of one of the weakest of the week. There was some really good tackle in defence-wise, and there was some really good tackles I forgot to mention in the Warriors and Rabbits game. The Warriors players dragged the Rabbitohs back like nothing else. It's fantastic to see, but Roosters too good, 22-6. The next game, which I promised I'd watch with my dad for Father's Day, because it was a Father's Day match. I wish I went down to this one. Holy crap, guys. The Sharks up against the Raiders, and for the 4th time, I believe, this year, maybe even 5th, the Sharks scored more tries than the opposition and gone on to loss. This game went to Golden Point. It had 5 field goals, 3 to Aiden Caesar. Now, I predicted the Raiders to win by 1 point with a Jack Whiten field goal. How bloody close was I? Chad Townsend kicked the 2 for the Sharks. Metalio got a double and Brayley scored a try. Nickel Cockstad, backed him this week. I had a confident feeling about him. Nick Kotrick as well. The Raiders, they didn't look fantastic here, but they did enough, especially John Bateman. He looked fantastic in this match. I thought Andrew Fafita played fairly good as well. Josh Morris was playing really good, but the Sharks, they couldn't get up for Gal here. And the Raiders too good, 15-14 with a crowd of 18,000 watching them at Shark Park, which is now going under renovations, I believe. The final game of the round saw the Dragons up against the West Tigers. Now, the Dragons, when I looked at 1 point, were leading, I believe, 8-6, unless it was Tigers 8-6. But the Tigers, they ran away with this game. It was 42-14. At halftime, it was only 12-8. Paul Momorowski was one of my favourite players to watch this round. I haven't really spoken about the players of the round, in my opinion, this round, because there were a lot. But Paul Momorowski, a hat-trick, 7 out of 7 conversions. What a response from the West Tigers. They haven't played finals in either 7 or 8 years, and they play the Sharks at Leichhardt, and I can't wait. I'll talk to you guys about what games I'm going to, because there's a few in my video tomorrow. But Ewan Aitken, backed him for a try. Gareth Widdop scored a try as well, so maybe he won't get one in his farewell. He's gotten one now. He crossed the line. Tigers too good here. Luke Brooks ran pretty much the whole field. Momorowski caught an intercept. It was an okay game of football. Again, a little bit one of the weakest of the week, but weakest of the week. But it was good to watch the Tigers get a nice win here and a potential top 8 spot. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe. We are 5 subscribers away from 1,000. I'll be announcing the giveaway this week as well. Keep a lookout for my predictions tomorrow because I will be doing that. And it's the last game of the regular season. So there are 8 teams that will play their final games of the year. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.